Hi, I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about the work I and my colleagues do to help people to stop doing panic attacks. Now, I guess through the years, this is probably one of the most common categories of clients I've seen. And whether you call them panic attacks or whether you call them anxiety attacks, it doesn't really matter what you call them. They're processes that function in the neurology, things you do basically, that are sometimes very often contextualized, i.e., a person has a panic attack or knows they're going to have a panic attack when they're on the subway or the tube, or when they're in crowds, or when they're going to have to do a presentation, or there are so many contexts. There are dozens and dozens and dozens when they're shopping, maybe. Very often these things begin, not always, but very often with something like a virus that causes symptoms that makes a person feel short of breath and dizzy, and then they start worrying about it, and that produces more adrenaline, and they get dizzier. And indeed, some of the symptoms of panic attacks can seem to people like heart attacks. And very often I've seen people that thought they were having a heart attack, and only later, that when their heart had been checked out, did the doctor say, well, actually, no, it was a panic attack. They're serious things. It can be very debilitating. Good news, though, very, very treatable. What a lot of therapists do, because we ain't therapists, we don't do therapy, we do training. What we do is a combination of training and education. And the good news is, though, that these patterns of thinking, these seemingly automated ways of being, can be repatterned and retrained very often, very quickly. The source of the panic, where it came from, how it started, is, it seems to me anyway, totally irrelevant in terms of providing the cure. We work to teach and train your mind to bring it under control, to neutralize those previous conditioned responses, so that the things, times and places and events and memories and thoughts that previously brought on a big adrenal surge are simply neutralized. The panic, therefore, then becomes a thing of the past. Typically, therefore, for this, we see people for 2, 3, 4 sessions max normally, and the results are very good. We tend to get extremely positive results very quickly in getting people to stop doing panic and or anxiety attacks, whatever you like to call them. So, feel free to contact myself or any of my colleagues worldwide, and we'll do our very best to help you as quickly as we can.